Hello friends, my name is Masood. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard or PCI DSS. Friend, today's topic is very interesting with respect to payment industry or fintech industry. This is a very important topic, especially friend if you are working in any organization, especially if you are working in a bank, or you are working in a division in an organization which belongs to the security standards especially. So this is a very important topic, you must have to know about it. So let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. The topic is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, or short form is a PCI DSS. It's a very common term in the payment industry or fintech industry. PCI DSS stands for Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. Now, what it is actually, what does it pertains to? First of all, whenever we are dealing with different types of transactions, especially the debit card transactions or credit card transactions, we must have to follow some standards actually. Now, what is the concept of standards here? These are the security standards which must have to be followed whenever we are processing our transaction. So the payment card industry data security standards, so short form is PCI DSS, is a security standard for protecting the credit card transactions. It was established from 5 previous security programs set up by the major credit card companies, which all shared major similar goals. In 2004, the first version of PCI DSS was established and the major vendors adopted it. There have been several revisions and updates to the requirements since that time. Any organization that wants to handle data related to credit card transactions from the main credit card companies must configure their network and server infrastructure in compliance with the PCI DSS requirement. Basically, friend, to secure the credit card transactions, we have established a mechanism, security standards, which are called as PCI DSS or payment card industry data security standards. So to process the transaction of credit card, we must have to follow these security standards. Now, what is the objective of the PCI DSS? The first objective is the maintenance of a secure network and the system. Covers the use of technologies such as firewalls, as well as define that factory supplied default authentication data and security parameters be changed on network systems. Protection of systems against vulnerabilities and malicious or fraudulent activities. Mandates the use of regularly updated antivirus software along with development of secure applications and use of that properly. These are the objectives of the PCI DSS. Then the regular network monitoring and testing as well dictates that measures be enacted to ensure that network security processes are behaving properly and that access to network resources and cardholder data is tracked properly as well. Protection of cardholder data entails that controls be put in place to protect stored data against hacking and that effective encryption method be used for data in transmission. This is also a very big objective of the PCI DSS, that the cardholder data means that the pin of a card, the car customer name, customer information, so all these types of information must be encrypted. And whenever we are transferring data from one place to another, like through the application level, it must have to be encrypted, it must have to be properly protected and encrypted. This is very important objective of the PCI DSS. Here we have discussed till now the objective of the PCI. The other is the restricted access to system and operational information. This objective says that it involves restriction of access to cardholder data based on a need to know policy. In other words, cardholder shouldn't be required to provide. See friend, we all knows that the fraudulent activities are always based on the cardholder data. Cardholder data means the pin data, the card expiry, card name. So all these type of information is used in the fraudulent activities. So the PCI DSS says that all this type of information should be accessible to all. It should like the cardholder data should be accessible to only need to know basis. Like it should not be accessible to all the persons. It should not be the case, because if it is if you are using the data for to all persons, so it will breach. There are chances that data can be breached. So card holder data should be accessible only those persons which are required to need to know basis. Then implementation, maintenance and enforcement of a formal security policy requires that an information security policy be followed by all personnel along with audits and non-compliance penalties. See friend, here PCI DSS says that the personal information like the customer data and other things should be properly audited, like every 1 year or 2 year they should be audit that the companies are following the PCI DSS properly. This is a very important thing. Like all the companies who are dealing with the cardholder data, or they are the payment processor, they are processing the transactions, they must have to be certified of PCI DSS. If they are not following the the formats or the security policies, so they may have to face the penalties. They may have to face the cancellation of the certification. They may have to face the case that they may not be allowed to process the payment transactions. Okay, so there can be several types of penalties or several types of consequences could be there if they are not following the standards of PCI DSS as well. So to implement the security policies, the most important factor is the auditing. Okay, auditing means that the auditor from the third party vendor, from the third party, they will make sure that the companies or payment processors are following the standards of PCI DSS or not as well. So till now we have discussed the objectives of the PCI DSS. Now the requirement of the PCI DSS for application deployment. It will first requirement, it will deny traffic from untrusted networks and hosts. The first of all, like whatever the traffic means the transactions should not be coming from any untrusted network or the host. Like every network or host should be certified and trusted. This is the must have the requirement to process the payment based transactions. Then do not use vendor supplied defaults for system passwords and other security parameters. Like if you are a bank, for example, so you should not use the passwords which are provided from the vendor. You should have your own security standards. You should have your own passwords, policies and parameters. This is the must have requirement. Then the mask account numbers whenever displayed. Like whenever in the system you are displaying the account number, it should be masked. Mask means that the complete account number should not be displayed. It's like few numbers should be 4 to 5 numbers should be properly masked, so that no one can access the data, no one can know about the account number. Then protect encryption keys from disclosure and the misuse. Protected like the keys should be encrypted. Use strong cryptography and secure security protocols. Okay, this is also very important. And then audit and correct application vulnerabilities or implement a web application firewall. So that means friend, first of all the firewall should be implemented. This is very important. And then the vulnerabilities also, whatever the found, it should be fixed properly. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks for watching the video. Thank you friends.